A lot of things is ongoing in the global market right now, but if you take a look at the seed token, which I did a video not quite long, this very video right here, discover that the market is coming all the way to the downside. As expected, I was expecting that the markets go below the listing price. This was a listing price right at this very point from the KuCoin exchange. A market have dropped below the listing price, as I made mention of in this very video. And if you look at the Pi token, market is coming back all the way to the downside, both bad for investors and miners. And this is very important. I will go deep into this. And if you take a look at Bitcoin have come into this very level of important support, like I made mention of in my immediate last Bitcoin video. And what next for the price of Bitcoin? Because if you look at the stock market right now, you discover that the market is crashing all the way to the downside. And if Bitcoin cross this very area of important support, market is going to be very bad. What next for Bitcoin? We'll discuss all of this and many more, especially the comment we have on the seed listing right here. All of this and many more in this very video. So pay attention and watch through. The first thing here is the seed token. It was a devastating listing, and I don't think these guys have the community at heart, not at all. They were just after their pocket, and after they got what they want, they list the token, dump it on the community and move away. Probably they will come up with another project again. But if you take a look at where the price is right now, you discover that market is already below the listing price. We have the listing price right at this very point, and then market right now is reacting to that very support. What I am expecting from this very price action is for the market to move upward. If we see a candle that close above this very support right here, because if you look at it, market move a little bit upward from here, upward, come back down, and right now market is sitting at 0.208, which means if we can see a candle that move and close above this very line of support, which will now turn resistance, the market will move a little bit upward before the next move to the downside. The thing is, if you are holding this token and thinking that the market is going to move upward, you're going to hold for a very long time, okay, like 6 months or more, because this very token does not have utility in my opinion, and the community is not happy about it, and people have already sell because of this very bad listing. So what I'm expecting on the immediate short term is, if there is a breakout here with a bullish candle, we can see the market move upward and market will still come back down. So there is no need holding on to this very token. Let's take a look at a lot of comment that we have on my immediate last seed video immediately after listing. We have this very comment right here from developer scam project. Indeed, it was really a scam project. And if you take a look at the comment from Franklin, airdrop is nonsense. I swear, truly a lot of airdrops nowadays have turned nonsense. That is why I advise you do airdrop at your leisure and don't spend what you can't afford to lose on any airdrop, not at all. The next comment right here is from Omotosho. The listing price was 0.17. I don't know why people keep saying the listing price was 0.17. Maybe you're looking at another exchange, but I am looking at the KuCoin exchange right here. Look at it right here on TradingView. KuCoin, the listing price of this very token is at this very point right here, okay? This is 0.01. This is what I'm seeing right here on my price action. Maybe you're looking at another exchange, I don't know, but that is the listing price. And we have Gabriel, crypto does not care about your emotions. That is very true. If you want to invest in crypto, you must be prepared with your entire emotion, okay? Spirit, soul, and body, which is very important because it can tweak your emotion and drag you into depression in the worst case scenario. So anything you want to invest in crypto, consider that money already a loss. That is why they used to say that you should invest what you can afford to lose, which is very important. The next comment here is, thank you for massive video about Pi. Let's hope Pi is going to skyrocket soon. Not soon, okay? I don't see that coming soon. Pi price right here is very devastating. And you know that people are getting this token from mining, which is not very that tedious compared to the Bitcoin mining process. So don't expect the price of pies to just shoot all the way to the upside, although I'm going to do pie analysis in this very video as well. The next comment here is, please help me review PocketFi. PocketFi came out and said you should pay some few Thunderbee for verification or proof of humanity, something like that. I don't think that project is a legit project, not at all. I've not talked about it on this very channel as well. And the next comment here is, how do we get our token out of bot? I think those people that use the bot are now crying. I don't know, because I was not given this very allocation, so I did not even use the bot. I was not given the allocation, so I don't really know. Please, if you know how Juliana can get her token out of the bot, please comment below on the comment section of this very comment, which is very important. Let's help her out. The next comment is from Mike here. How do we sell this token? Because in MEXC, it have been suspended. I don't know how you can get that out, but on KuCoin, it's still trading on KuCoin. Okay, so you can move it to KuCoin if withdraw option is still available. Move it to KuCoin and sell it there if you want to do that, or wait for them to move it out of suspension. The next comment is from Jerry. I like your honesty, and I don't know why people unfollow you because of your prediction. There's no problem about that, Jerry. The next comment is from Timothy. Comrade, abeg, teach us how to trade. Airdrop of these days is discouraging. Yeah, that's true. And if you go through the videos on this channel, that is my 2 years, 4 years video, you see where I do a lot of training on how to trade and a lot of this stuff. However, later part of this year, maybe May, June, I'm going to organize a free training on how to trade, especially technical analysis, which is very important. The next comment is also from Timothy. Comrade, nothing, even a single person sold at 0.1 because they activated the claiming button an hour after the listing, and by then the token had been dumped to the ground. That is how you know that this very project was a complete scam project and nothing more than that. You were wrong. It was listed at 0.25. I don't know why people keep saying this token was listed at 0.25. 0.25 is very, very far away. How will you see that kind of stuff? Okay, maybe you are supporting the project, I don't know, or you're looking at another exchange, I don't know. But from what I am seeing on the KuCoin exchange is 0.01. Look at it right there. This is the listing price because this is the first candle, and the market started from here and move upward. The next comment here is the listing was 0.15. I'm tired with all of this kind of comment from Yusuf Blessing, and we have a lot of comment right here as well. We have this from Perfect Clothing. You were right, boss. Thank you very much. A lot of all these comments right here, which is very, very bad for the seed community. And like I said earlier, this token is going to move up a little bit if we break out of this very level of resistance, a little move upward, and the dump continues. The next thing here is on the Pi token. Pi have been dropping all the way to the downside, which is very, very bad for miners and investors. If you take a look at where the market is right now, markets still have much capacity of dumping all the way to the downside. However, there are key levels right there we need to pay attention to. The first key level that the market pause is this very area right here. So we have this very point, which will serve as a very big resistance to the market if we see the market move upward. And if you see the market begin to move upward, just know that the market is going to come back down. And if we see a breakout of this level of resistance, then market is going to move up a little bit into this very area. However, I don't see the market moving from here straight into this very area, because that move will be very significant, and I don't expect that in the price of Pi right now. What I'm expecting is market from here, where the market is right now, between this price level of 0.53 and this price level of 0.48. Within this very area, retracement should come into this level, and the market should continue dumping all the way to the downside on the price of Pi. And one important chart that we must have to pay attention to is the 1-day chart. If you look at the 1-day chart right at this very point, discover that market has been dumping severely all the way downward. And the stake right now is for the market to come and touch this very listing price right here of 0.01. This very listing price right here. This is very, very possible. Market can come back down and test this, which will be very bad for the Pi token. And this is not what I am looking at right now, but the possibility is right on the table for me. Like 40% market is going to dump from here all the way to the listing price, but 60% still expect market to retrace and come back down into that very level of resistance on the 4-hour chart. And for the Bitcoin price action, which is super important, and the reason why I want to talk about this last is because every other coin mostly depend on Bitcoin. And if you look at my immediate last video on Bitcoin, I talk about the fact that market is going to come back down. As at that time, market was around this very point, and I said this very level of important support, market is going to come back down into the level and then move upward. And exact same thing we are seeing right now. So what I am not paying attention to is very critical. Look at it right here. You see this very area of important support. Market is rejecting from here, rejecting from here. However, if you look at when the market move upward, market did not create a new high, and market did not create a new high again at this very point, which means sellers are very much in the market. So therefore, if you see a bearish candle, okay, that come down and close this very bear candle, expect the market to come back down after the close of that very candle. A bear candle that breaks out of this level of support is going to send the market into the $78,000 level for Bitcoin, this very area right here. And this is what I'm expecting, okay? The $78,000 level will be possible if we see a breakout. And if we don't see a breakout, market is going to move upward, but that does not mean you should take a position, because if you take a critical look at the stock market right now, market is coming back down at an aggressive speed because of the reciprocal tariff that President Trump just announced on the 2nd of April. That was a few days ago. So market have to have some little bit of stability before you can tell precisely where the market is going to go, at least 80% of the time. And this is what I am looking at. So within this very zone of resistance and this level of support, please allow the market to react. Pay attention to this level. Don't be too quick to take position right now, okay? Leave the market alone right now. And if we see the market break here, market is going to come back down. And if market break right here, I'll be very sure that there is now stability in the market and it is time to come back again and do your day-to-day trading. This is super important right now on price action. So pay attention to these two levels of important resistance right here and support at this very point. This is super important right now. And if you take a look at the 1-day chart, which is what I will look at last on this very video, is you discover that the market move upward and come back down, and this same level is where we see the market create the last resistance. For the market to move upward on the 1-day chart, we must see the market move all the way to the upside and break out on this level of resistance, creating a new high, okay? Because if you look at the nature of this very price action, it is covered that the market has been coming all the way to the downside, market to move all the way downward, retracement, move down, retracement, and the market can move down. That is why I'm expecting that the market break out on this resistance, which have not happened before. Because if you look at this resistance, market have not break it, this one market have not break it, this one market have not break it. So if market move upward and break this resistance, it will be a game changer in the market. This is what you must have to pay attention to, both on the 4-hour chart and the 1-day chart, if you really want to be in the right direction of the market. So these are the things you need to look at right now on the price of Bitcoin and on Pi. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you have not, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, the link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment, for prompt crypto updates, on-chain data, and sentimental update. Thanks for watching.